Damien Cole wasn't supposed to fall in love, especially not with her. He had started at the bottom, a nameless, faceless enforcer in Vincent Moretti's criminal empire. Brooklyn feared Vincent. The man ran rackets from gun smuggling to high-stakes gambling, and his word was law. Damien's job was simple: break bones, collect debts, and never ask questions. He did it well, too well. It earned him Vincent's trust, a scar across his left eye, and a key to the back room of Club Verona, Vincent's stronghold. That's where he saw her for the first time. Ella Moretti, the boss's daughter. She wasn't like the rest of the blood-soaked world Damien knew. She moved like light between shadows, untouchable, elegant. Studying business law at NYU, she was supposed to stay away from her father's world. But on weekends, she'd show up at Club Verona with her guarded smile and a disdain for everyone in the room. Everyone except Damien. He should have ignored her. But the night she cornered him by the bar and whispered, "You look like you've killed someone," he smirked. "A few. Why, you look and confess." It started there. Flirtation turned to stolen moments. Stolen moments became secrets, and secrets in the Moretti family were deadly. One night, as rain hammered down on the city, Ella met Damien on the rooftop. She was trembling, not from cold, but from rage. "I know what my father did to my mom," she said, voice cracking. "He made it look like a car accident. I found the police report he buried. The brake lines were cut." Damien's stomach turned. He'd heard rumors, but this was different. Ella looked at him. "Help me end this." It was suicide. Vincent had eyes everywhere. A whisper of betrayal meant a bullet to the head. But Damien had already betrayed him by loving her. Now he would finish it. They planned it in silence. No notes. No messages. Just looks. But betrayal has a scent. Vincent picked it up fast. 3 days before they were supposed to run, Damien was called to the penthouse. Vincent poured whiskey like they were friends, not predator and prey. "You've been loyal," Vincent said, swirling his glass. "You remind me of me, but lately I smell something sour." Damien stayed silent. Vincent smiled thinly. If a man lies with a lion's daughter, he better be ready to bleed. Then he pulled out a photo, grainy surveillance of Damien and Ella kissing behind Club Verona. Damien reached for his gun. Vincent was faster, but not faster than Ella. She appeared from the hallway and shot her father twice in the chest. The first bullet didn't kill him. The second did. The silence after was worse than the gunshots. Damien turned to her, heart pounding. "You." "I had to," she said, eyes wide. He knew everything. They cleaned the scene, wiped fingerprints, planted evidence, made it look like a rival hit. Damien stepped up, announcing to crew that Vincent had been murdered by the O'Reillys, old Irish rivals. The family needed a new head. Damien took the throne, Ella at his side. But empires built on lies don't last. Weeks later, whispers began. Some of the crew doubted the story. Others were loyal to Vincent's memory. Damien ordered purges. Men disappeared. The Moretti name burned hotter than ever. And Ella changed. She was colder now, sharper. She started attending the meetings, making decisions, sometimes contradicting Damien, sometimes undermining him. One night, Damien found a burner phone hidden in Ella's drawer. Messages, coordinates, calls to someone named G. He traced the number. Gregorio Falcone, a federal agent deep undercover. Damien's blood ran ice. Ella had betrayed him. When he confronted her, she didn't deny it. "I never wanted the throne," she said. "I wanted justice. You were just necessary. You used me." She stepped closer. "I loved you, and I hated myself for it. But you killed for me. That makes us both monsters." Damien couldn't kill her. Not her. But he couldn't let her live either. She ran before he decided. For months, he hunted her. But she was always one step ahead. Until a year later, he received a package. Inside, a flash drive and a note. "You always wanted the truth. Here it is." He watched the drive. Video files. Secret meetings. Ella, years ago, speaking with Agent Falcone. planning her father's downfall, naming names, including Damien's. But the last file was different. A confession. Ella, in tears, admitting she had fallen in love, that she regretted dragging Damien into it, that she left not to save herself, but to save him from what she was about to do, because the files were going to feds. And the only reason she'd warned him was because part of her still loved him. Damien destroyed the drive. He disappeared that night, left the empire to crumble. Rumors spread. Some said he fled to Argentina. Others claimed he died in a shootout in Queens. But Ella knew better. She knew he was watching, because once a week, without fail, fresh lilies appeared at her doorstep, her mother's favorite flower, and the first gift Damien had ever given her. Months passed. The Moretti Empire splintered without Damien. Smaller crews claimed territory. Blood painted the alleys of Brooklyn as old loyalties turned into vendettas. Ella, now living under a new identity in Chicago, watched it all from a distance. She hadn't spoken to anyone from that world. She didn't dare. But sometimes in the dead of night, she'd open an encrypted folder on her laptop. Inside, one blurry photo of Damien, smiling faintly beside her, on a rooftop long ago, before everything broke. One rainy evening, as thunder cracked above the city, she entered her apartment to find a figure in the dark. Damien, soaked, bruised, and very much alive. "I had nowhere else to go," he said. Ella stared. "Why now?" He looked at her, pain behind his eyes. "Because I finally understood something." "What?" "I was never in love with power," he said. "Only with you." She stepped closer, tears in her eyes. "Then stay." For the first time, they didn't run. Not from each other. Not from the past. But the future was still coming for them. And it never forgot Blood. They laid low for weeks, ghosts in a city that never stopped moving. Damien got a job fixing cars under a fake name. Ella taught English at a local community center. They lived quietly, almost like they were normal. But normal never lasts for people like them. One morning, Ella opened a mailbox and found an envelope with no return address. Inside was a single photo, Damien sitting on their apartment steps, drinking coffee. On the back, "You can't bury the past." Gee. Ella froze. "They found us," she whispered. Damien took the photo, jaw tightening. "Falcone's people. They're not done." That night, Damien packed 2 bags. "We leave at dawn." But Ella hesitated. "Maybe we stop running." Damien looked at her, then nodded. "Then we fight." Together, they made calls. Old contacts. Forgotten debts. One by one, allies returned, not for power, but for loyalty. And so, as dawn broke over Chicago, the war began, not for empire, but for freedom, for love born in fire and tempered in betrayal.